Conspiracy Journal podcast. The transmission starts now.
Yeah. That's not it.
No, that's the witch from Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
It's not even
trying
the
to do some
Benny.
Benny Hill.
Yeah. I'm leaving. Okay. Welcome to the Conspiracy Journal podcast. I'm Michelle.
My name's Bob.
Bob. What's your name?
Greg.
Greg, Bobby, and Michelle are here once again, and today we're starting with Betty and Barney Hill, the original, the OG, the abduction that started all abductions.
Not to be confused with Benny Hill running around. That's not what he was running from.
Maybe.
The aliens were playing that music and chasing him around, and that's where that came from.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Betty and Barney had a baby named Benny. And
Jeez, that's
alien,
a mouthful.
Yeah. And then this alien abduction is what created the music.
Bam, bam, ba, 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 ba.
I can imagine Benny Hill having a skit where he used that audio where he's getting chased by aliens.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
For sure. I saw that in my mind. Okay, so do you guys want to hear about the first abduction to ever be abducted?
I sure do. Yep,
Okay,
absolutely.
cool. All right, so it is September 19th, 1961. And actually, you know what? Hold on. Let me just tell you, first of all, this is the first abduction. It has everything that we know about abduction stories, right? So it's like the first one, we have a saucer-shaped UFO. Then we have what we know as the Greys. Betty and Barney are the first people to describe the like alien head shape and the big eyes and all of that. Also, anal probes. Like the story has everything. Yeah.
It's all the usual suspects of an alien abduction.
But this is the first one.
Yeah,
so like to
there's
us,
a lot of
this
historical
is normal.
stuff.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
set the
The first
stage for it.
modern.
Exactly.
Yeah, we've entered the modern era of UFO abductions.
So the reason not only is it the first one, but it has everything. Also, people in the 1960s were like, this blew their minds.
Yeah.
You know, they had never heard of alien heads, UFOs, and anal probes before. You know, they were just like, what? So it was a big deal.
I think they called it buggery back in the day.
Buggery. They're up to they're getting buggered.
The probe.
The
in.
probe.
The
Are we
probe, the anal probe is.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, whatever you want to call it.
I think that's what. No, never mind.
I mean, some people call it rape.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's more,
whatever you want to
It's
call
more fun
it.
to say than sodomy.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's meet Betty and Barney, shall we?
Buggery.
Okay, Barney, born in 1922, super smart dude, IQ 140. Me, super dumb. I don't even know what that means. 140 sounds like a big number. Get it, Barney. He's super smart. He wants to be an engineer. He wants to go to college and be an engineer, but society told him, no, Barney, you're a black man. You can't go to school. You got to go to the army. So he goes to the army. He's a marksman. He got injured in World War II, so he comes back to the States and gets a job at the post office. And he's like really good postal worker. That's his solid-ass job. He does that for years. He gets a family. He gets a wife, a couple kids. He lives in Pennsylvania somewhere. Him and his family, I think his family's there. They go on vacation to New Hampshire, and they meet Betty. Betty's a babe. She's...
Wait, he's with his regular family and he goes on
that's
vacation? Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Also known as a dream vacation.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So he's on vacation in New Hampshire. They meet Betty. Betty's like, dude, I own this house here on the beach somewhere. If you and your family ever want to come back, rent my house for the summer. And he's like, cool, you got it. Then he gets divorced and leaves his family and moves to New Hampshire and starts a relationship with Betty. Damn. How many times am I going to call one of them Benny?
Do you
Let's
think he
start
had
counting.
designs on this from like the moment he met her?
I'm going to say that Barney was like a pretty solid dude. I'm going to say no, this was circumstance, but you know his like reptilian male mind totally did.
Do you think he just happened to move to this place in New Hampshire after he got divorced, or do you think he had some designs on Betty?
I think he had some designs
Okay.
on Betty. I
That's
do.
how
I do.
it
My
sounds-
heart
that's
says,
how it feels to me.
Yeah, my heart says that he was a little bit in love.
Yeah.
And he, anyway, listen, that's not why we're here.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, real quick. How old was he at this point?
That's a great question.
Okay, sorry. Oh, cut this out.
No. We don't have to cut it out. So, I mean, when he meets Betty and he still has his other family, I'm not sure. He's like 30 something. Mm-hmm. The year that all this shit goes down, he is 39.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. Other thing to note is Betty and Barney never have any kids of their own. But Barney did have a couple kids with his ex-wife. Mm-hmm. So one of those babies had a baby. And she is the UFC strawweight champion. I don't know if she's a champion, but she's a UFC strawweight fighter. Her name is Angela Hill. She's 5'3", 115 pounds, and she will beat you up. Nice. She is cute, and she is
scrappy.
Yeah, scrappy little strawweight lady. So, yeah. What else do we know about Barney? He's 39, lives in Pennsylvania, goes to New England. Oh, yeah. Okay, something I didn't mention is Betty lives up in like the New England area, which is like super white. Mm-hmm. Betty's white, Barney's black. This is bad because...
Especially at that time, too.
At this time, this
everything
is like...
was kind of heating up. And
The civil rights movement is popping off. Being an interracial couple is controversial, period. But in this section of New England, it was most likely a very tough life for them. Mm-hmm. But they were very well educated and very involved. So Barney is in the NAACP. He's like really into civil rights activism. He gets into politics. She gets into politics. Like they are fighting the good fight. They're involved with making change. And they're respected. But I didn't come across anything that said that they had problems, but I can't imagine that it was an easy place for them to live.
No, I think too, like anyone that lived during that time, especially if you were an interracial couple, like you kind of had to be political just because the world made your relationship political.
Yeah.
So you had to be involved in some way or another.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's meet Betty. When this goes down, she is 42 years old. So she's a little bit older than Barney. We like that. It's the 1960s, right? She's educated. She has a good job. She owns homes and does real estate stuff, at least a little bit. That made her unique. You know, she wasn't just a housewife. She was smart. She spoke her mind. She was a social worker. So she was also like helping people. I think she had a lot of training in psychology, but she was also very interested in UFOs. So like her sister saw a UFO, and I think that popped Betty off into like thinking about stuff like that. So she has read some UFO stuff, whereas Barney is like, no, we don't believe in UFOs. That's crazy. You're nuts. Also, Barney will shut her down.
But she's sort of like into crazy chicks.
Yeah. I mean, yes. Clearly, but also, even though she's like a strong, independent woman, he is very much like in charge of their relationship. Like what he says goes,
okay.
You know?
And I can imagine like it's a healthy relationship if like they can test each other. Like if someone has a wild idea and the other one's like, all right, well, we're going to talk about this now. And I'm sure it was probably something like that. When it came to this topic, maybe?
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I mean,
the
vibe that I caught in some of this stuff was like, if Betty started asking questions and Barney was like, we're not talking about this anymore, then she would not talk about it.
Gotcha.
Until she would, you know? So they are in a relationship now, and they get married, and they're living in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and they have a cute little dachshund dog named Chelsea. And I just like scrunch my face up because it's so cute, dog. And they take a vacation. All three of them, Betty, Barney, and Chelsea, go to Niagara Falls. And then they go to the Canadian side, so they pop around Montreal. They're having a blast. Then they find out that there's a hurricane or some kind of bad storm is coming, so they decide to dip out early, and they're going to drive all the way back to New Hampshire. They should be there, you know, by the end of the night. So they start driving. They get to the Lancaster area, and Betty's looking out the window, and she sees a star that she thinks it's a star. Then she thinks it's maybe shooting star. She's seeing some shit up in the sky, and she's like, what is that? And Barney's like, it's a satellite, duh. And she's like, it's not behaving like a satellite. Oh, can I just say, by the way, that one of the most incredible things about this story is you can find and watch audio and video of Betty and Barney telling this story.
Oh,
so
yeah.
it's really,
it's a lot of our stories, like they're usually, I don't know, left behind closed doors type of things.
Yeah.
And like, or it's like, it's too long ago that like, there's maybe only like rough audio recordings of people. This was like very much in a time when like, oh, we'll be on the news about this.
Yeah, totally. It's very well documented. There's a lot of photos of the two of them, and there is hours and hours of recording, again, both audio and video. So you can get this right from them. I feel like this is the first time I've ever been able to say, and then Barney said this, and feel really good that Barney actually indeed did say that, you know? So Barney's like, it's a satellite. Betty's like, it's not behaving like a satellite. And then sidebar, how the fuck do I know? Like, I couldn't look at the sky and be like, oh, that's a satellite. I don't know. Do you guys know the difference? Like, if you're looking up at the sky, can you point out satellites easily?
I mean, I know that that's what everybody says every time you see something
But
way
have
up
you-
flying
yeah.
across the sky. People are always, oh, that's a satellite.
But have you-
Like people like more recently, because there's so many satellites,
Right.
especially with Starlink, like there'll be like a strip of lights in the sky and they're like, oh my God, a UFO.
Right.
But it's like, no, that like, they're just like the newly launched Starlink stuff.
They move at a much different speed than an airplane. So
Right.
it is very apparent when you see one that it's not an airplane.
okay, fine.
Yeah, so it is easy to differentiate between an airplane and a satellite. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
And maybe back
I'll
then
accept
too,
it.
like there was like way less space junk up there. So if there was something moving like that you wouldn't normally see in the sky, like it might be easier to pick out just
Yeah.
because there isn't a lot up there at that
Yeah,
point in
fair.
time.
But also, I mean, I do imagine that might be quite what a UFO looks like. A distant UFO.
Yeah, of
traveling
course.
across
Right.
the sky probably looks pretty similar to the travel of a satellite.
Absolutely. I believe that to be true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skeptics love to just throw the satellite out there. Anytime you see something in the sky, oh, it's a satellite.
Like when you think of too, like there are some videos out there where there are UFOs around just the moon,
Right.
and it's like hyper zoomed in,
Yeah.
and it's still pretty small,
Tiny,
and like
tiny.
you don't really understand what it is until like it vanishes into the moon.
Right.
But like,
To the secret base.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, because the moon is hollow. And if you're just like trying to spot something in the sky, like it could be a UFO, it could be a satellite, like there could be many different options as to what that could be, or just a few options. given
This
the
is
time.
this is like classic gender roles, though.
Oh, yeah. He
He's-
definitely, like,
Just really dismissing anything sensational, you know? Yeah.
I mean, that's the vibe that I got from him on all the stuff that I watched of them interacting together.
He's
Was like,
I'm gonna explain this.
he's
and
like,
we'll
it's a
move on."
satellite, just like women.
Swamp
you know?
gas.
Am I right?
Swamp gas
Yeah.
lady.
Okay, so Betty though is like, no, it's not. It's not behaving like a satellite. And Barney's like, I know what it is. If it's not a satellite, it's definitely the Air Force is playing games with us.
Them specifically.
Yeah, well, you know, they do.
Oh, they playing games again.
You know what though? At the time, figure it's 1960s, interracial couple. Like he was in the service before. Like I don't think that that's so crazy to think. The police or the military or someone is just like messing around with him. I don't know. You guys
It
are looking
seems-
at me like I'm
it does
nuts,
seem crazy
but,
to me
like-
to think. But, you know.
All right, look.
Yo, we know where he's at right now.
Yeah.
Put something up there.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
So, so he says the Air Force is playing games with us, which is not crazy. Whatever you guys say, it's not crazy. But then all right. So they stop. He decides it's the Air Force or whatever he decides. They get back in the car.
Oh, I thought it was a satellite, Barney.
Yeah, but it wasn't behaving like a
I know.
satellite.
Now he's like, it must be the Air Force. Yeah.
Well, it started bouncing around. I think it was Betty described it like a ping pong ball.
I get it though. I mean, this is normal human behavior.
Yeah,
you see
you
something
have to
wild.
explain it.
We're gonna try to fit it into the context that
Yeah.
we have into
Exactly.
Yeah.
to things that we understand and know. Yeah.
Absolutely. They get back on the road. Betty says it's about 30 miles later. They're in an area of the White Mountains called Indian Head. And she's like, it's for sure following us, bro.
Beautiful area, by the way.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, she's like, it's for sure following us. And Barney is like, dismissive, dismissive, dismissive. And I can only assume that Delcy is like, bark, 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 bark. And And then it goes.
How'd the dog talk again?
Oh, bark, 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 bark. You know, he's a little rascal. So then the object comes like up over the mountains in front of them and is like 100 feet above them and like coming down to almost ground level.
Going down on him?
It's the way Betty describes it is it left the top of the mountain and came over the highway and stopped midair on the highway right in front of us. The object, a metallic disc, the width and length of a commercial airliner, flat as a pancake, hovering over the road.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I want to see that.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah. So Barney stops the car and he's like, I'm going to go check this out. Betty, dog, you guys stay in the car.
And he's like, hey, Air Force, quit messing around.
Yeah, that's right. So he says, and this is quoted from him, I walk about 100 feet into the field. The craft is right above me, about another 100 feet. That's 10 stories.
Okay.
Pause. Everybody's always talking about distance and shit. And I can't, what is 10 stories, bro? I mean, I guess I know what that is.
100 feet.
About 100 feet. Yep.
But like, if something was in the sky, I'm looking up at the light. That's 8 feet away from me.
You just have to say it with confidence is the difference. He has no idea how far it actually is away.
Right. That's what I think.
He's guessing, but he's guessing with confidence.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Fine. It sounds close, though. Sounds really close. So he has binoculars. I don't know why, but he has binoculars. And so he's looking. And he says that he can see, like, windows and that there's people in there, humanoid type people in there. He doesn't know about aliens yet, right? Because he's the first one to discover grace. Yeah. So, like, he doesn't know. So he sees 9 to 11 men looking through a series of windows down at him. All of them, except one, leave the window. And they go, I guess, into the background a little bit.
Yeah.
And they start pulling levers and shit.
They're like, we're going to get him. Let's see if we can get this guy.
So
the bottom opens up and it's just a big skill crane. Like,
yeah.
The
claw from those.
It drops them a few times before it actually gets him.
All right, you guys, that's almost what happens. Okay, so what happens, like, the aliens are pulling some levers and hitting some fucking buttons and whatever. And out of the sides of the saucer come what they describe as fins with red lights on the ends of them. So those are starting to protrude out the sides. Then a fucking hole opens in the middle and a fucking ladder or ramp starts coming down. Barney loses his shit. This is his line. We all have one. He just found his. He's like, fucking feet don't fail me now. He fucking takes off, gets in the car. He says, what did he quote? Boop, boop, boop. Let me go through my things. What does he say? Betty, this is going to capture us. And so he fucking hightails it out of there because he doesn't want to get captured. So they're going.
They're driving at this point.
They're driving. And
He's still holding up the binoculars.
no, actually, the binoculars broke. He throws them in the back.
They
He's like,
broke?
Yeah, his little strap broke.
Okay.
He finds out later in hypnosis how his strap broke. He broke it when he was running back to the car.
Yeah, nice.
He just didn't remember breaking it. It's fine. So they run. Betty turns to him and says, do you believe in flying saucers now?
Yeah, damn.
Yeah. Oh, in your fucking face.
In your
Shut
face.
your mouth, asshole.
Oh.
This is, I'm glad this tells you a little bit about their relationship as well. That, like, in the middle of this, she's like, I'm going to fucking zing his ass.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
How you
Immediately,
like
he
that?
was just like,
Yeah.
so she got in touch with the Air Force. And that's what's happening.
You believe me now, you motherfucker?
Yeah. No. You know what he says? Don't be ridiculous, Betty. Of course I don't.
Oh,
Even
he's
though
still.
he just saw that, he's doubling down. He fucking does not believe, even though he just saw it. And
Well, he's probably
ran away.
trying to think of, like, I'm not trying to justify his behavior by any means, but like he's probably still trying to rationalize that it
Sure,
was
of
something not alien related.
This is what year is this?
1961.
Oh, amazing. Cold War. He's like, this is Russia.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, he's like, the Russians are trying to capture us.
Probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
Commie bastards. Yep. So they barely talk on the ride home. They get home just about daybreak. Betty notices that her dress is ripped. And she's like, bummer. I like this dress. Should I throw it out? No. I'm going to put it in my closet. Something says keep it. So she puts it in her closet. And then the next day, she calls her sister and she's like, dude, we saw a UFO for sure. And her sister's like, oh, sick. And her sister's, but Betty's like, I think we might be contaminated. Betty's sister is like, oh, dude, my neighbor's a physicist. Let me call him. So she does. And the physicist is like, if you have a compass, take it out, put it around your body, put it around your car, see if it tweaks anywhere. And it does. So on the back of their car, they have perfect circular marks that are shiny and weird. They say that they were not there before. And the compass, when they put it next to it, it goes crazy. So there's something magnetic, crazy circles on the back of their car.
I'm curious how like even the physicists like, oh yeah, I understand UFOs, and just take out your compass and like that will like tell us exactly what we need to know. Like
it's very suspicious. I think that physicist knew a thing or two about UFOs. I think that's the answer.
maybe.
Was it more? Were they asking about exposure to radiation?
They don't know. This is some alien shit. They don't know. Betty's just like, I'm contaminated.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, that's a pretty specific word, though. And maybe I'm just saying maybe that's where the physicist was coming from, that angle.
Yeah, probably.
From a radiation angle.
Yeah. I mean, he was probably like, nobody has like a Geiger counter, so.
Yeah. I just remember from the Pascagoula incident that they were tested for radiation as well. So it's a general concern.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Yeah.
With UFOs.
I'd be concerned that I was
we've been
contaminated.
irradiated.
Yeah. I'd be concerned about radiation.
I wouldn't.
Why not?
Me.
No, why not?
There's a lot of other shit I'd be worried about way before radiation. Yeah, that's pretty far down my list. If I'm contaminated.
What's number one? Is it the anal rape?
Excuse me, the buggery is the term.
Alien buggery.
I think I would approach that like Christopher Walken in Communion. It's like, hey, can we talk about this first? You're not going to buy me dinner?
Classic scene.
Yeah. I mean, if they approach me the right way, it's fine.
So what's your concern? If it's not butt stuff and it's not radiation, what are you concerned about?
I mean, I think
the fact that I had an alien encounter.
Yeah, I was going to say
just like the psychology.
Just the idea of it happening at all.
That I met
traumatic,
extraterrestrials.
Right. No one's going to believe you.
That part is kind of a big deal to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, so I was watching a lot of documentaries lately. I've been watching a lot of alien abduction stuff. And, this man said something that was like really, I think, valid, right? So if someone commits murder, let's say, on the street, somebody just shoots somebody on the street and you see it. There's no other evidence that this man did this except your eyewitness account. That man is most likely going to go to jail for the rest of his life because you saw him murder this other man. I don't know why everyone's a man, but they are. And so we as a society have laws even built around eyewitness testimony, and we believe people when they say they saw something. Unless it's an alien, then we do not believe them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's just
even eyewitness tests. We don't have to get into the ins and outs of that. It's like the least reliable source of evidence.
Yeah,
so.
and
for a long time though, we really relied on it heavily.
Yeah. Like go back to the Salem witch trials, and it's just like you just started pointing fingers, and it's like, well, I think maybe we should put a system in place where we need a little bit more evidence than just someone saying something.
We do love a culture that a lot of local news channels is like eyewitness news.
That's true.
Yeah, Channel 7, eyewitness news.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love an eyewitness.
But yeah, when it comes to things that maybe are a little more fringe, we immediately don't believe it.
Right.
Because we've never seen it, so it must not exist. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So Compass goes crazy. Betty, she's like, I don't know what to do. So where does she head? The local library. And she's like, I need more information. So she ends up checking out a book called Flying Saucer Conspiracy by retired Marine Corps Major Donald Kehoe. Betty writes to Kehoe, and NICAP comes out and investigates. So NICAP is the National Investigation Committee of Aerial Phenomenon. It's a citizen organization. And in the 1950s and 60s especially, there weren't a lot of these like UFO organizations. So they were, at this time, the only place that was like legit organization that had nothing but scientists and ex or active military, especially Air Force people. And did I say scientists already? Mathematicians, medical professionals. They had them all. and they were investigating UFOs. And so they come out, they investigate the hills. Also to note, Project Blue Book was happening at this time, and they also did send someone. Project Blue Book is like the government's, I think it was the Air Force's, like actual people who came and investigated UFOs. And they eventually did release those documents and stuff. So they were active at that time. They did come and talk to the hills. But I mean, in government fashion, they were like kind of bullshit. And also they did say that like they found the hills to be credible, but within the range of like human eyewitness, you know, like measurements and stuff like that, like the normal stuff that people get wrong. You know, this was...
Yeah, there's a level of like fallacy there that they take into account.
Exactly. And so they said that the hills fell into all of the like range that keeps you credible. They fell into that range. So they were credible, but they were like, I think they came away with saying like, they probably saw Jupiter, you know?
Okay.
That's like not even a lie. That's what the document said.
Oh, right. I think like in the story it was like, yeah, like where like they were on the highway, it was just coming up over the horizon or something.
Yeah, it's
and like,
totally Jupiter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's just a planet that's ping-ponging across the sky
Totally.
and lands in front of you.
Totally.
But that's a planet.
It's Jupiter. So during the NICAP investigation, because they actually do come back more than once, they do a lot of talking with the hills. They also do a thing where they separate them and they keep asking the same questions in different ways to see, just to make sure that everything lines up.
Just got to fuck them up. Like, see if the story
They were
changes.
trying to fuck them up. They never fuck them up because they're not lying. One of the other things is like Monica Lewinsky style, Betty kept that dress. So over the years...
It's so funny. As soon as you said she kept the dress, I was like, Monica Lewinsky. Like, I don't know why. It was the first thing that came to my head.
So that dress has been tested many times over the years, and they have found a lot of like organic material, and like apparently there was a mysterious pink powder on it, but it flew away in the wind. I don't know. The dress has its own story, so I didn't go too deep on the dress. The other thing that they found was Barney's shoes were scuffed on the top as if he was dragged. And that really creeped me out. I really didn't like that. And then their watches stopped and never worked again.
What time were they stopped at?
I don't know that.
4:20.
Hell yeah, bro.
Obviously, it's 4:20. Oh yeah. They NICAP investigates those marks on the car. You know what nobody ever comes back to, though, is the dog. Nobody asks what happened to the dog. You know, what did the dog see? Did the dog get butt stuff done to it? I really want to know what happened to the dog, but nobody will tell me.
Well, I mean, sorry if I'm jumping it. Do we know?
We don't know.
Do we know what happened to Betty and Barney?
We're getting there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I told you everything I know so far.
Okay.
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 But the dog's not missing. The dog was still there.
No, the dog's
Okay.
there, but like they do this whole big investigation, but like no one ever mentions the dog again, and I'm just worried.
Yeah.
Just worried about the dog, but it goes nowhere.
Is that sorry? And
Hit me.
again, is there an abduction? There's an abduction in this story,
yeah.
right?
Oh yeah, you
Yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
hang tight, buddy.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're post encounter, so I thought maybe I missed that part. Okay.
It's a very good question. All
Okay.
will be revealed in good time.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming. They don't remember.
NICAP, while they're doing this really deep dive, except for the dog, they discover that Betty and Barney are missing 2 hours. Okay, Bobby? You ready to get abducted? Because it's during the missing 2 hours.
I've been ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been waiting. Just tell me about the abduction.
Let's go.
So they've been living their life for months, right? They didn't even know they were missing 2 hours. NICAP, dude, is like, dude, where'd these 2 hours go? Betty and Barney are like, what? Barney has to go to a psychiatrist. Like, this fucks him up. He can't comprehend this. And so everyone at this point is calling it shared amnesia. And he is just like, his brain can't handle this. And so he's like, we're leaving this alone. We're never talking about this again. And Betty will not leave it alone. 2 years go by And she's still like at the library doing fucking research. She's writing to people. She's doing all kinds of shit. Blah, blah, blah. Bobby's getting impatient, so I'll skip ahead a little bit.
Thanks, Bobby.
She finds...
I'm the audience. We're here.
Yeah.
We're here
okay.
for this
All right.
part.
I'm getting there.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I don't know how to be a storyteller. Okay. So I'm just telling you like the way it went.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, this is
yeah.
the best way to tell stories.
Yeah. Like the way it happened.
We're just
I don't
sitting
know.
around explaining these things to each other.
So they go to Dr. Benjamin Simon in Boston for regressive hypnosis therapy. Now,
Con artist.
I don't know. I mean, I believe it because
No, I'm not saying I don't.
Yeah, I listened to a lot of it. So online, you can find so much of the audio. You can find their entire hypnosis tapes online. They are terrifying. It's very funny though because Barney is like such a skeptic that like he does that thing in the beginning. The little bit I know about hypnosis is it takes a while for the hypnotist to be able to get you to be hypnotized.
Like get you in the zone.
Have
Yeah.
either of you ever been hypnotized?
No, I just remember from
Nope.
seeing this on Sally
Well-
Jesse Raphael in the 1990s.
Yeah.
They explained it and that they didn't just randomly pick people out of the audience. Like they had to be eligible.
Sure.
And then they had to like have a bunch of sessions before they could be hypnotized.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a part of hypnosis where you have to kind of be a participant in it.
Yeah.
It's hard to hypnotize somebody who doesn't want it or know that they're being hypnotized.
I remember I've seen a few times. I've seen people get hypnotized at like a state fair. Do you think that's a plant in the audience?
It could be.
Definitely.
sure.
I think you did not see a person get hypnotized. I think it's almost impossible to like immediately hypnotize someone.
From the little amounts that I know, there's a level of it in like your own brain that like you know that you're participating in this. You're just like
Right.
the hypnotist is allowing you to like drop your guard and like do these things.
Yeah.
And it's just like this person's giving you permission to do the thing that like might seem awkward or weird, but like that's again my very limited understanding of how it works.
If you're out there listening and you don't like how my colleagues are disparaging the art of hypnosis and you think you could hypnotize one of us, give us a shout.
Yeah.
And we'll be down. We'll check it out. We'll drop a phone number at the end of the episode. So hit us up if you think you can hypnotize these skeptics.
Well, I know that like, it's a deeper conversation, but like this also went back into MK Ultra, and like they would hunt for people that like were more susceptible to these types of things rather than just like, oh, this will just work on anybody.
Sure.
Like there are specific types of people that it works better on for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It does seem like a thing that people who aren't open to the possibility of hypnosis, it seems like would be much more difficult to hypnotize.
I don't think so, actually. I don't think it has anything to do with being a skeptic. I think it has to almost, the way I think about it is being like gullible.
Mm-hmm.
If you're more gullible, a little more naive.
I guess I'm saying that people aren't open to hypnosis are generally not gullible or naive people. They're like hardliners, anti is the
Yeah, like
the place that I
it's
was
not
coming
going to
from.
work on me. No, never going to work.
Very skeptical of everything. You know, those types of people. They're like, it's a satellite. You know.
Well, they're the people that are getting abducted.
I know.
apparently.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of It's a Satellite, Barney was like one of these people that went and did like a session or whatever and was like, see, hypnosis doesn't work on me.
Yeah.
And then the doctor is like, actually, you've been hypnotized for like 4 hours, bro.
Yeah.
You've been doing all kinds of weird shit in here.
That's like the arc of this story is like they're trying to capture us and
Right.
like they didn't capture us. It's
Yeah.
like, well,
Oh,
matter of fact.
Welp.
Yeah.
Yeah. So all of this stuff, again, you can go online and you can listen to a lot of the tapes from their actual sessions. Betty's niece, Kathleen Marden, also like wrote multiple books and has like dedicated her life to this, telling this story. So there is a lot of information that like her as like the family has made available. So you can listen and watch a lot of this stuff. So let's get into it. Under hypnosis. Oh, actually, by the way, she's got the niece. She's kind of like a babe. And she's got this really, sorry, Kathleen, is like really long, drawn out, like PowerPoint presentation YouTube video. But if you want any of the information, it's in that like sufferingly long video. Okay.
Do you know the name of that video?
Nah, dude.
Okay. It's out there, though.
It's definitely there. Just like go to YouTube, put Kathleen Martin, Betty and Barney, and it'll be the first thing that comes up.
Gotcha.
It's a long talk. It's tough. Okay, so under hypnosis, Barney says so as soon as he can't remember, right? Like he gets in the car and they start driving. And remember I said it was like really quiet. They drive home. All's good. Turns out he was compelled to drive down some dirt road. And at the end of the dirt road is a very bright light on the road, level with the road. Betty says something like, it's the moon is on the ground. Like that's how big, bright, white light right there in front of them.
It was just at Dunkin' Donuts.
This is coming out during hypnosis that this happened.
Yes.
Okay.
Barney wasn't familiar with the word or the terminology he didn't know what telepathy was.
Idiot.
Yeah, how's that 140 IQ doing for you now,
Yeah.
buddy?
Yeah.
But so during his hypnosis, he's trying to explain that the alien is telling him stuff, but he like can't explain how
How he's getting that information.
So like long story short, the aliens are telepathically telling him that everything is fine, just like come on over to our spaceship. And so
They have candy.
yeah, so Betty though is tripping. She's like, fuck it, no way, we're not going in there. And Barney's like, it's fine, come on. And she's like, I don't want to. And she starts fighting. She says she even kicked one of them.
Ooh.
Get it, Betty.
Are they, sorry, do we know, are they inside the spaceship, or the aliens came down the ladder ramp and they're like outside having like a rumble, like the Michael Jackson video?
Aliens are outside. Betty and Barney get
Okay.
out of the car. They're walking toward the spaceship. Barney's like, it's chill, but he's also kind of like in a trance-like state.
Sure. Yeah.
can
And
imagine,
so,
yeah.
And so
Yeah.
Betty is like, nah. And like also, P.S., maybe he's not even walking because like he's got those scrapes on his
He's,
shoes.
like, getting
so like
dragged and-
maybe
Yeah.
he's being invisibly dragged by the alien guys. That's how I picture it. So Betty's like, nah. She kicks them. I envision this happening on the ramp.
Okay.
You know, because they're in. Now they're in. Betty says she is in like a type of examination room, and they take Barney into a separate room. Betty is told to lay flat on her stomach, and they take some sort of device and they run it up her spine. And then they took
Like on the outside of her body?
outside of her body.
Okay.
Yep, they're testing her spine.
Okay.
I hate this, dude. I hate this so much. I don't even.
Yeah, I'm all about having aliens give me a back massage.
I don't think it was a back massage though, Greg.
They're
They
just
were
rubbing
like,
stones on their back and stuff.
yeah, was
Scan
it
me, bro.
Was it a stone?
Intergalactic
I don't
chiropractor.
know. It's so scary. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna shove something in my fucking spine and paralyze me right now? Like, what are you gonna do to me? So, she's tweaking out. They telepathically tell her that everything is fine. None of this is gonna hurt. You're gonna be fine. We just need to do a couple of quick tests. That's what they always say. Just a couple of quick tests. And so they took, she said they were really interested in her skin. And so they took samples of her skin. Then they roll her over. And this part in the tapes, she is freaking out. It's gut wrenching to listen to her experience this. She says that the biggest needle she's ever seen comes out and they stick it in her navel.
Ooh.
And she's just screaming, why are you sticking this in my navel? And they tell her telepathically that it was a pregnancy test.
Okay.
All right.
It's an impregnancy test.
Well, they just killed it if there was anything in there. It's,
Well, I think they're putting something
or did they
in
put?
there.
Oh, yeah. Whatever happened,
Yeah.
that's not the way
We're
we
seeing
normally
if you've
do
got some
it.
space available, and we're about to fill it up.
It's so gross. I don't know why that bothered me so much.
I really got
Well,
you there.
you
Yeah.
found Greg's line. Everybody's got one. All right. So
He was
meanwhile,
fine with the dog in the bath, but yeah.
yeah, yuck, stop saying that. I didn't know. My innocent brain didn't know about that.
Yeah.
So anyway, Barney, meanwhile, next door. Barney's getting his own examination. So Barney says that they were really interested in his muscles. So
Guys, I'm like super strong. So, they really spent a lot of
Fucking-
times on my bis and tris and my lats.
that's right. The
You
fucking
know.
aliens got 2 tickets to the gun show,
Yeah.
and they're using them to
They
take
hit me
samples.
up telepathically, and they're like, "You definitely don't skip leg day. Like, tell me about your routine. What are you into? What's
Yeah,
your
because they're all
diet
like thin
Yeah.
and spindly. They
Yeah.
want to figure out how to get buff.
Yeah. Do you take supplements? Or is
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
this natural, Barney? Do you take creatine? What's going on?
Sure. That's exactly what happened.
They were very into his muscles.
Yeah, that's what happened. They also run something down his spine, vertebrae by vertebrae.
Michelle really has an aversion to people just touching her spine.
A lot of spine
Don't touch my spine.
phobias.
Yeah. I do have a vertebrae on my mantle, but it's not mine. Whatever.
Oh, I'm happy to hear that.
No elaboration necessary
Nope.
there.
Nope, you're welcome. Okay, so this next part in Barney's exam, I have quoted from the niece that we talked about earlier. So she does a lot of shows and shit. And so I just kind of love the way that she explained this. So I'm going to take it right from her mouth. Okay. Something slid very easily into his rectum and then was very rapidly removed. It wasn't painful. And then sort of a cup-like device was placed over his genitals.
Okay.
Apparently, a sperm sample was taken. You're welcome.
I'm sorry, I just couldn't help but think the rapid removal that there was a pop sound. One of those. Yeah, thank you. I failed to do the proper sound effect. Yeah. Thank
I'm
you.
dead.
Thank you
Oh,
for
yeah.
the assist. Yeah. Yeah.
I will never hear that sound again without thinking about Barney Hill's butt.
It's nice that they lubed him up though.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Yep. And then I guess sucked
All sorts of things are happening on this ship.
sucked the nut out.
Suck the nut out.
That's not what they said. That's not even what you said. You said they took a sperm sample.
But how else are they getting it?
Yeah, I thought they might use their impregnation needle.
Well, maybe they were just bumping his prostate to get it out. It was just like, oh God.
So the way I understand it is the cup-like thing they put on his balls is how they got the sperm sample. That's
probably it's.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Just
to your
like
point,
directly
they
out of
probably
the
sucked
balls.
the nut out.
yeah, they sucked the nut out. That's what I'm saying. See?
They did the cup. The
cup
nut
suck.
sucker
Yeah,
with the cup.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The nut sucker 5000.
All of
Yeah.
this
Come on.
sounds like a good time. I don't know why anyone would be upset about this. You're getting a back massage, you're getting your nut sucked out. I don't know. Sometimes you got to pay for this shit.
Get a little prostate stimmy.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point. All right. Well, I mean, that's what else do you want me to say? Those were all the notes I took from the abduction because
said
that's all
quite
I
enough,
cared about.
Michelle,
Yeah.
you've said
Yeah,
quite
that's
enough.
right.
Yeah.
So some of the quotes, besides Barney, besides Betty flipping out about the needle in the navel being like gut wrenching and really difficult to listen to, there's some really difficult to listen to clips of Barney as well, talking about the alien's eyes. He's just like literally screaming. The eyes, they're in my brain. And it's so like, I don't know, it's like listening to a 911 call or something. You know how sometimes it just like gets in you and you feel, I don't know, scared and upset like with these people? That's how I felt listening to Barney scream about the eyes. He also says, all the eyes, they're just so close to me. The eyes are pressing against my eyes. And I was like, whoa. That's too much for my fucking stoner brain to really like take in. That's why it's scary, Greg. This is not a good time. You got scary eyes inside your eyes. I don't like this. I don't like it. But they describe the aliens while they're under hypnosis and they make some drawings and shit. And so they describe the aliens as short, maybe like 5'3", grayish skin, large wraparound eyes, tiny nose, black shiny uniforms.
Nice.
I just want to say, sounds like fashion. I'm like kind of into it, but whatever. Doctor's diagnosis. After 6 months of all these sessions, the screaming and the crying and all of it, Dr. Simon concludes that they had some sort of psychological condition that allowed Betty's bad dreams and nightmares she was having, which was part of why she like wouldn't let this go. And she kept doing research. She kept having bad dreams. And so the doctor says that Betty's bad dream somehow tainted Barney's subconscious. And they he created memories in his mind made from her nightmares.
Typical.
Wow.
Yeah, obviously.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
You've tainted my mind again.
Bitch wife tainted my mind again. So Barney absorbed her dreams. And that's his diagnosis after all of this insanity that happened in his office for 6 months. And so they go home. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. I know Bobby's really upset, but that's it. That's what happened.
That's wild. And I mean, like, it's not like we said earlier when they're like seeing this creature. I mean, we just have an innate desire to make sense of things, to explain things, and so it totally tracks that this doctor is like gonna try to make sense of this in some way,
right?
And it's that she mentally attacked him.
It's obviously what happened. Yeah, so that's how he decides to make sense of it. I mean, as a doctor, that his like thing is hypnotizing people. It's like you would think that he would be okay with it being aliens, but he wasn't. He was like, no, you absorbed her dreams.
Yeah. What was his specialty? Regressive hypnosis?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, they go home. They're done with hypnosis. Dr.
Sure.
Simon's like, fucking see ya.
You said this was like a 6-month process? Wow.
Yeah, so at this point, it's already like 2 years have gone by.
Okay.
And they just go back to their lives. They try to live normal lives.
Yeah, those letters aren't going to deliver themselves.
That's right. Barney's like, I work for the post office. He's also really committed to the civil rights movement. So, and he's really active in speaking engagements. At that point, he gets involved in politics a little bit, and so does she. Yeah, I mean, they're just out there fighting the good fight, living their lives. Another 3 years go by. It's 1965. Boom. Media explosion. The Boston boom.
Everybody, boom.
Life gets fucking wrecked. So the Boston Traveler newspaper prints a story. It's huge. They print it in a series over 5 days. They really like make the people.
Milk the shit out of
They milk the shit out of this story. And at the time, this was like a crazy heading to have. You know, the headline was a UFO chiller. I don't know. I don't know why that's so big. I guess the wording back then was like, what?
Aliens suck the nut out of you.
I wish it said that. But it just says a UFO chiller. Did they seize couple?
This is 3 years after the abduction or 3 years after the hypnosis ended?
3 years after the hypnosis.
So 5 years. Okay.
5 years have gone by.
How did it get on the newspaper's radar?
Right?
Where did this come from?
That's what.
Where did it go?
So,
where did it come from?
Don't trust the hypnosis.
Yeah. So I'm glad you asked that. We don't know.
Okay.
But we suspect a couple of people are fucking suspects. NICAP, fucking leaking shit, buddy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Maybe Dr. Simon, Mr. fucking Dream Attacker.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
I mean, look, there are leaks everywhere. Everyone's talking. No one can be trusted. This reporter, John Luttrell, is who wrote this story. Before the story breaks, he does contact the Hills because he wants their story.
Sure.
And they're like, fucking get out of here. No, we don't want the story going public. Don't publish this. You do not have our permission. Get fucked.
Guess
and
what?
And so he
did it anyway.
Does it anyway. And so at this time, it's the 60s, and people, I think, were a bit more, I don't know, it seemed like a simpler time in the sense that people had more, a higher sense of honesty. And so he does do quite a few interviews and stuff, and people ask him, why would you do this to them? Why would you print it if they didn't want it printed? And he says he went back and forth with it like a lot, but he determined that, you know, like he said that there's a line to keep someone's privacy over the public's right to know. Mm-hmm. And so he played
Change
it
the
up.
names then. Be like, and like
There's
be
so
up front
many,
in the story with that of just being like, the original, the accounter that this happened to, they want their names out of it. So we're just going to change the name to Smith. Everything in here is like legitimate and sourced. And, but like,
except the names have been changed.
the names have changed. Protect the innocent type of shit.
Exactly. There's so many ways to handle this. He did not handle this the right way. I think that he came up with that response for when people asked him.
Yeah.
I don't believe
I was
a word
super torn about it.
I don't believe a word that guy says.
Sounds like the government got involved and they wanted to start discrediting these people from...
And that's a hot take as well, that you're not the first person to say that. But what's interesting about that is that Betty and Barney weren't out there talking about this. Like they were, Betty would not let it go. So she would go to some like UFO stuff and talk about it. But she thought it was like, you know, amongst friends and like behind closed
then she
doors.
was the leak. If she was out there actively talking about it, like who knows who's in the audience of these things?
Well, yeah. So apparently maybe somebody did a recording of her and whatever, but some of these things weren't like public. She was like talking to her fucking buddy Kehoe, whoever from NICAP. And I don't know, look.
It's funny because my brain immediately goes to, well, the hypnotist was probably working under some sort of federal government program and like just cataloging stuff. Like who knows what it was. Like if he has federal grants to run his business, like he's got to like, I don't know, supply them with some sort of information. And then like this came across the desk and it was like, well, we got to start telling people about this.
Right.
And like we got to start discrediting these people. We have to start taking them down.
We got to get ahead of this, boys.
The story needs to go away. And the best way we're going to do that is destroy these people's lives.
And they do. So they were, you know, out there doing their civil rights things, trying to raise awareness and fucking fight racism. Coming out as alien abductees would ruin their lives and their credibility and their political standing. Like, it's just, they would never choose this path for themselves, you know? And so they take time off from his post office job and from the civil rights movement and all of the stuff that they're involved in. And they decide to cooperate, essentially, with what's happening to them with the news media. And like they do a bit of a tour. They do some radio shows. They do some TV. Fucking Barney's on that show to tell the truth.
Yeah, Calvin was on there.
Oh, yeah.
Pascagoula Calvin.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. Or no, excuse me, it was Charlie. Sorry.
Oh, right.
But yeah, they were on there.
Right,
they love an alien story. Yeah.
Calvin was still crying. Under his bed.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
I really relate to Calvin so much. So yeah, they get out there, they do the thing, they talk to everybody, they get together with a writer named John G. Fuller. So Fuller, fucking kudos to him. He gets the Hills and he gets homeboy Dr. Simon together, and they all write a book called The Interrupted Journey. And it also includes, so I didn't tell you guys about this yet, Betty, while she was talking to the aliens, she says, like, what's all this? She's like looking around their ship. What's this? And she sees a star map. And the aliens, they tell her about, hold on, I'll get back to the star map. I didn't tell you about it yet, and I'm not gonna, but I will later. Okay, so the other big thing that happens is in 1975, a made-for-TV movie comes out called The UFO Incident. Barney is played by James Earl Jones.
Nice.
It's fucking crazy. I watched the whole thing, but I watched it at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and it was too much to take in the first thing in the morning. But Betty is played by Estelle Parsons, and I did not recognize her. So she was the Bonnie and Clyde, and she like won an Oscar for a great performance. But that's not how I know her. I know her as Roseanne's mom from The Roseanne Show.
Okay.
So it was very difficult for me the whole time. It's 7 o'clock in the morning, and this lady playing Betty is being psycho. She is like, she's not what Betty was. Betty was like pretty controlled, even-tempered, regular lady. Roseanne's mom is hysterical.
She leans heavily on the mental attacking angle.
She is attacking everyone. She's attacked my fucking dreams, dude. She is just freaking out the whole time. But I do recommend watching this movie, The UFO Incident. You can find it on the internet. I did. Okay, so back to the star map. I got a little ahead of myself. All right, so I know it's so much. So the UFO Incident movie comes out in 1975, but the book came out in 1966. So there's this like 10-year period where they're still kind of in the news, like people have questions about it, but it's like fizzling out. But then the movie comes out, and like they never really get their lives back. but the media stops hassling them like pretty soon. Like this like media tour doesn't last all that long. Now we're going to switch over to the star map for a minute. So in the 1970s, a school teacher in Ohio claims that the Hill story is true because she has figured out where the aliens came from based off Betty's star map. So when Betty was on the ship, she saw a map and she, during hypnosis, recreates it, draws it. It's fucking weird, her drawing. It's like a phallic thing with like two
Balls.
all right, check it out. If
She's just drawing dicks on the chalkboard.
If there was a dick, but the balls were on either end, is kind of what it looks like.
I thought you were going to say on top.
No, so like one ball on each side. It's weird, and there's a lot of lines everywhere.
Okay.
You know, it's super weird. When they ask her, "What the fuck's this map?" she said, I don't know. I asked the leader alien, what it all means. And he said that the broken lines are expeditions.
So like they have like a map of where they've been and like what they're doing.
Yes.
So.
It's like on the back of a RV, they have the 50 United States, and then you color in one when you've been there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Or
just
you
like
put
have
like
a
little
sticker
fun
of
fact.
where you were.
Yeah.
Cute. Yeah. Basically, that's it. So, all right. So that explains that. Clears everything up. You know what I mean?
Space dick map.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it turns out basically she was trying to draw like a 3D map. And that's why there's so many fucking weird things happening. It's not a dick at all. It's just a couple of balls with a bunch of lines.
Okay.
And so homegirl in the school teacher in Ohio, she makes this really fucking cool 3D map out of like styrofoam balls and fishing line. It's like fucking dude, #1 winner of the 5th grade science award project situation. Like she won the science fair with this thing. I was
But
kind
she's
of
not eligible because she's the teacher.
yeah,
But she
exactly.
just destroyed all the kids.
Exactly. But she's like super smart, and she does also a lot of interviews in the 70s. She's got like 70s hair, 70s glasses, 70s vibe. She's out there talking about her map. She's doing all the space math, a lot of M words. I have a speech impediment. I'm sorry. So she figures out, based off of Betty's map and like apparently something about distance, which we all know I don't understand, space, math, and distance and light years and any of it. Bobby knows all of the math. I think I think all you guys are like secretly on meth because you're like not sleeping, you're staying up all night doing space math. But she discovers the aliens' map must be Zeta Aticuli, which is a binary star system located about 39 light years away from Earth. And what we know about this star system is that it's very similar to our sun. So if there are planets out there, they could have life.
They do have life. Like we can just make that.
That's incredible.
Sure.
I'm looking at the map right now.
Oh, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, the star map.
Yeah, I can
So-
imagine trying to like draw on a flat plane a 3D environment.
Right.
And it's hard to do that. Like you can kind of get away with it, but like you have to understand that like you're looking at it in like 3D space.
Right.
But like you have to acknowledge those dimensions.
Yeah.
Otherwise it's like you just see like lines like all over the place and you don't have an understanding that like there's depth to this and it's not just a flat plane.
The Earth is flat and so is space.
That's right.
The dick with a ball on each end, it looks kind of like a shake weight.
Oh, yeah, it does. That's actually a much better description than a
thinking
dick
about
with
that.
a ball on both ends. Sorry, everyone.
Forget the shake weight.
Yeah.
It is dick with a ball on both ends. It's forever that. How dare you?
I mean, that was the inspiration for a shake weight. Was there like, what
Yeah,
if there was a dick
I know what
with
to
a ball on
do.
each
Yeah,
end?
if I shake this dick and balls, this is what it would look like.
Double balls.
All right, shut up. So our homie school teacher who won her own science fair,
Yeah.
her name was Marjorie Fish. So Fish is the one who came up with, sorry, I wrote it phonetically, Zeta Aticuli. I don't know, hypothesis, I guess. And I don't know, whatever. People in the UFO culture freak out. They're like, this is the best shit we've ever heard. We know where the aliens come from. I mean, they just are like eating this up. And they
Is it
They love it.
articuli or is it articuli? Because I always remembered it as articuli.
On the crude map that I'm looking at, it looks like Zeta Reticuli.
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 There's an R in there.
There's definitely for sure an R. There's a Z. There's a culi.
Each ball is Zeta 1 and Zeta 2. Yeah.
That's right.
That's what I call it.
And then the middle is the reticuli.
Reticuli. Yeah. Respect my reticuli. Okay. So anyway, UFO people are tweaking. They love it. But this is just to let you guys know, nothing is real. In the 1990s. All right. I'm going to do my best with sound smart.
Are you about to take down Benny
Never,
Hill?
never. But Marjorie was maybe just like on meth and like made up a bunch of fucking shit. No, she didn't make shit up. I'm just kidding. She did a great job.
But she was teaching those kids on meth.
One time in one of the interviews, she was like, I was so elated, I didn't sleep that night. And so my brain was like, you were on meth. I'm so sorry.
They called them black beauties back in the day.
Oh, yeah, she was. See? She was on lewds, bro.
No, it's the opposite.
Yeah, whatever she was on. She was speedballing.
Speedballing, doing space math.
Exactly. That's exactly what was happening. Miss Fish is what I'm going to call her because she's our teacher. In the early 1990s, the Europeans came out with a high precision parallax collecting satellite mission, which measured the distance to more than 100,000 stars around the sun more accurately than had ever previously been done.
Hell yeah, Fish.
Fuck yeah. No, she didn't do this.
Oh.
The Europeans did. And so
fuck you, Fish.
They showed where some of the stars in Miss Fish's 3D styrofoam map were in fact much further away than she had thought. And so none of this is her fault, by the way. We didn't have the right
and she's also just like
satellite.
She's an amateur at this. She's just like, I think I've like cracked the code on like
and for fucking 20 years almost she had the code, but then they came out with this other thing, parallax collecting satellite, and proved her wrong. Their research showed that some of the stars counted by Fish as likely to host life would have to be excluded. But then some of the other stars that she had could then be counted. So like the math was just a little bit off. Like what she thought was this, was that, and whatever. So Fish said she recognized all of this and she herself had to reject her own hypothesis in a public statement.
Great.
So that's where we ended on reticuli.
But there are habitable planets in this area. We landed there. They just weren't the ones that she thought.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like,
but also
same,
job done.
Yeah.
Could you then take the original map and using this new information kind of chart out a new area where it could possibly be?
We should call Miss Fish up and tell her to fucking
just
get back on math.
Yeah. Given all this new info.
That meth math.
We need to figure out where they took Barney's nut, and we need to get it back.
Yeah. I really want someone to make a movie.
Barney's nut retrieval program.
All right, let's make that satellite. I don't know why. I keep calling it a satellite because that's what it's called. Like we shot a satellite up there who can get all these images and give us this math and send it back. But I really want it to be like, I don't know, a rocket. Like I want to shoot a rocket up there to go get Barney's nut or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys want, I guess.
Betty's skin cells.
Yeah, can I get whatever they took out of Betty's belly? All right.
They put something in.
Did they put it in and take it? I mean, she didn't. Oh, no, she does get cancer.
There it is. There was probably like a little chip in there. That was her whole feeling of saying she felt, what was it, off or she felt infected?
Yeah.
She knew.
Yeah. They had contaminated.
They contaminated.
She was contaminated.
That was the word, yeah.
Oh, yeah, contaminated. That's right. Yeah, she did know. So I want to go back for a second. Oh, shit. No, I'm breaking everything. Kathleen, Betty's niece, she, like that whole, like, Mrs. Fish, that was just a side project that we did. But back to Betty and Barney. Kathleen, the niece, she at some point is like, the story seems to be changing. You know, she remembered this happening when she was a kid. And at some point she was like, something's not really adding up anymore. Things seem a little bit weird. So she starts her own investigation. She starts filing FOIL requests and shit. She wants to know what Project Blue Book says about this. You know, she just wants like any type of evidence that she can get. And so she files all these things. Everything takes years because it's the government and they're trying to fucking blackball her or whatever. But she does find what she calls the false letter. which was filed in 1963, and it completely contradicts what Betty and Barney says. Remember when I said that Betty said it was like a ping pong ball going back and forth,
Yes.
zigzagging and whatever? So this letter says that the Hills reported no movement and no evidence. And this is the letter that I referenced earlier, where the Project Blue Book's official investigation ends with them saying it's probably Jupiter. And so when Kathleen, the niece, finds this, she's like, oh, dude, the government, that's so fucked up. And then she gets together with John Luttrell, who was the original guy who wrote that magazine article that came out that like blew it, or the newspaper article that blew everything up. Kathleen thinks that it was one of Betty's friends who knew about the abduction and the hypnosis and told John. But John wouldn't say who his source was. And so we don't know exactly who it was. It could be he, got a little bit of information and then he asked a lot of people and a lot of people knew a little bit, and together.
That's usually how it goes.
And
when like journalists actually did journalism,
right,
like, you had to like really hunt down information.
Yeah. But one thing I think that's like really important was the niece Kathleen was like, what I want is some kind of proof. I want like fucking radar or something else besides Betty and Barney that says that this shit happened. And so John Luttrell, the reporter, said at the time when he was investigating all of this, what he found was that 12 to 14 other people said that they saw a craft matching what Betty and Barney saw in the White Mountains on the same night. So, like, the next day after they see the UFO, before they've been hypnotized and know all the alien bad butt stuff that happened to them, they did go to the Air Force and they were like, this happened to us. We need to file a report. We got to call the cops, we got to call the UFO cops, and the UFO cops are the Air Force. So like that's where they went. And so apparently 12 to 14 other people also went to the Air Force.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah. And so this would be huge because then you have like fucking 16 people who saw this. That makes it a bit more legitimate.
You mean they saw Jupiter?
Yeah.
The Jupiter was just bright that night.
Yeah, so bright, bopping around. John, though, said that when he was putting out the article, his editor said that including the 12 to 14 other witnesses wasn't, it wouldn't give anything to the story, and they told him to take it out. And so he did. But when he retired, he gave all of his notes to the editor. So Kathleen, the niece, is like, yo, Mr. Editor, give me those notes. And they were like, we can't find out.
Of course.
So we'll never know. But endless amounts of people have looked into this. There is so much.
It could be also
information.
like his like conscience getting to him, where it is just like, oh, like they didn't want this kind of exposure on this. Like, let me like add in that like
Right.
16 other people saw this.
Oh,
And then like, it was just
I'm
like,
sorry, are you calling him a liar?
No. Well, maybe. if
Sounds like you're
this
calling him
was
a liar.
something that like could have been added like years upon years later, where it was just like he essentially ruined these people's lives. So he's just like, well, there were actually a bunch of other people, but my editor told me to keep it out.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's a liar, but I don't know what he's lying about. I
No.
just like don't believe him. Remember earlier when I was like, oh, he went on interviews and was like, I had to hold the line for the public to know the truth or whatever, and whatever.
Yeah, you're
I
still
think
kind of an asshole.
Yeah, he seems a little bit sleazy. Anyway, a lot of people have looked into this case, and there's not a lot of, I mean, obviously you can watch Betty and listen to Barney, and there's a lot of photos and stuff from that like 5-6 year period. But there's not a lot of like, I don't know, the government never said, yeah, we have, radar, or we can confirm that it wasn't Jupiter. Nothing like that ever happens. Some people say that there is an FBI investigation and there's some missing FBI files, but that seems to be kind of busted. Like Barney probably has an FBI file based off his civil rights stuff and probably has nothing to do with the abduction stuff.
And it's very easy to say that there's missing FBI files.
Yeah.
Because nobody can produce them.
Because they're missing.
So they're
Yeah.
missing.
And so the haters think that Dr. Simon's probably right. It's probably some form of like sleep paralysis and some fucking dream attacks and some
fucking
false memories.
Mental ninja shit.
Yeah, I
Fucking
mean,
attack.
in the 80s and 90s, people started coming out and saying that like it's happened during the Satanic Panic also. It was like
Yeah, there's like an idea of like false memories. Like people like
yeah.
are fed these ideas
Yeah,
of things
exactly.
that happen to them, and they truly believe these things happen to them, but like they're 100% implanted, essentially.
Right.
Yeah,
recovered memories. That's what
Yeah.
I was looking for. Yeah.
Repressed memories,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
power of suggestion, and
And we all know, like, even like in our own lives, like there are things that like I think I know for a fact.
Yeah.
I remember this so clearly, and like I couldn't be any more wrong.
You
Like
guys-
it's the exact opposite of what I'm thinking is actually true, and I'm just like, well, I'm a dummy.
You guys, the amount of times that has happened to me in the last couple of years is unbelievable. I think I'm losing my mind because there's so many things. I have the full confidence that I'm right.
Yeah.
And I couldn't be more wrong. It's humbling.
It's fun when you say stuff with confidence too, and then it's just like someone's like, no, and you're like, wait a second.
I've seen her do it in person. It's pretty entertaining.
I'm glad everyone's entertained by my mind going. It's actively going.
It's starting on
We can- yeah,
its little
we're-
journey out.
It's not that your
leaving.
mind is going that's entertaining. It's the confidence with which you double down on
Yeah.
the thing that is definitely false.
I do because I think I'm so right. I'm not. Oh God, I get humbled every day by my own dumbness. It's tough. Yeah. So, I mean, that's what most people who, haters gonna hate. They say it's basically, the hypnosis is what made them, think that all this was real. Then there is the nuclear, I wrote nuclear coincidence because this I feel like comes up a lot with, these sightings and stuff that they're happening near nuclear power plants. And there's this idea that aliens are trying to get us to stop doing fucking nuclear stuff. Stop fucking around with nuclear bombs and things so that you don't blow up the earth and space.
That's like when all the first sightings started happening was when we started testing nuclear weapons.
Yeah,
Then all of a
exactly.
sudden, like there were UFOs everywhere.
Exactly. So it came up that in this area of New Hampshire, some of the bombers that had nuclear bombs housed in them were there during 1961. So they were like at an Air Force base somewhere nearby. So it could be that the aliens were here checking out our fucking nukes and, probed our buddies the Hills. So just to kind of wrap this up, Barney unfortunately had a stroke and died in 1969, but Betty went on for the rest of her life to talk about this. She did conventions all the time and she did interviews. And she said that this was a thing that just haunted her. And it was something that was always on her mind. It was the last thing she thought of when she went to bed. It was the first thing she thought of when she woke up. And it just, it in some ways gave her a life because she became this big UFO lady, but it also stole her life. One of the things that I really loved is she always referred to them not as aliens, but as astronauts from another solar system. And I just thought that was really sweet.
Nice.
But she passed away in 2004, about 3 years before she passed away. Our founder, Timothy Green Beckley, actually got to meet her, and there's some photos of him and her together with some sculptures that she had made that is like a bust of the aliens that she saw. And so on page 106 of our book, Alien Lives Matters, you can find that photo. It's also a really great book that we sell that has over 100 accounts of different alien encounters. And it's put together by over 20 UFO researchers, and it's almost 600 pages long and can be found on the Conspiracy Journal website and sold on Amazon. Again, it's called Alien Lives Matter. And if you've been abducted by an alien, or you knew Betty and Barney, or you've got anything to say about anal probes, or
if you think you can hypnotize us.
oh God, please hypnotize us. That's right. I forgot Bobby asked to be hypnotized. I don't want to be hypnotized because I think it's too scary. But please, somebody hypnotize Bobby. Call us at the Strange Exchange. 929-445-3705. Hypnotize Bobby. 929-445-3705.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
All right, yeah, this was fun.